and I'll look into this volume peak. Heaviest volumes being in here. This is the level, price goes below it, so we'll be entering a short. There's a pullback, you go short, price goes upwards, so it is a losing trade. Now in here there is a volume peak right there. Those volumes are heavier than the rest. So I'll draw the profile like this. I'll only consider those 3 candles. But maybe it won't really matter. Maybe if I use more, then the heaviest volumes will still be at the same place. Yeah, there are. Alright, so in this case it doesn't really matter what you consider the heaviest volume peak. Heaviest volumes are in here. So the price is above the level it creates, 1 or more 30-minute candles above the level, then returns back to it, you enter long. That's very nice trade in here. Another volume peak is pretty clearly this one. Heaviest volumes being in here. Price goes above the level, tests a little bit above the level and makes a reaction. The reaction is 15 pips, 2 pips before the level. So this one would get discarded because it already got tested by this reaction. So the reaction was there, only a bit sooner, so you want to discard such a level. You don't want to trade it anymore. Now another volume spike was in here, those candles being heavier than those. Heaviest volumes being right there. Wow, this is nice reaction. As you can see, even though this volume spike wasn't that significant compared, for example, to those volumes in here, it was significant in this given session and the price reacted to it very nicely. Now another significant volume peak was in here. Those candles, heaviest volumes being right there. Price went above the level, returned back, so you go long from there. Let me just check if this wasn't a stop loss. No, it wasn't. The price only went 7 pips past the level, then it would be a winning trade. Now another significant volume peak, definitely this one. Heaviest volumes being in here. At this place the price went above the level, 2 whole candles above the level, so you'll be going short when the price hits the level, alright? So in here the price hit the level, you go long. This is the reaction you are waiting for. Another significant volume peak is in here. Heaviest volumes being right there. The price goes above the level, returns back. Let me see how close was this reaction. Alright, 2 pips. And then a reaction. So this one would get discarded because the price turned only 2 pips above it. Alright, if it was 3 pips, it would still be discarded. 4 and more, I wouldn't discard the trade. Alright, but if it's 2 or 3 pips, it's definitely best to discard it. Now in here, there is one very strong volume peak right there. So let's draw the profile over it and let's see where the heaviest volumes were. Now, it was in here. The price missed it by just a tiny bit. But maybe I think that I should have used wider area. Not only this, but the volume peak is actually wider, so Maybe I should have considered this whole area. Let me see if the volumes change if I move the profile. If I make it wider to see the whole peak area. This one. Okay, so now the volumes are higher. So I should probably use it like this to see the whole volume peak. Not only those candles, but this whole volume peak. As you can see, the price reacted to those volumes. As you can see, sometimes it matters exactly what volume peak you choose. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does a bit. Alright. Now there is another volume peak right there at the late New York hours. Heaviest volumes being in here. Price goes above the level, creates two whole 30-minute candles above it, returns back, you go long. Nice trade, nice reaction. Alright, so the next day, another volume peak is in here, in the European session. Heaviest volumes being right there. Okay, so the price doesn't go back to the level. So there would be no trade in here. Also, it may get tested right there. Let me see how close the reaction was. Well, over 4 pips, so this one would still be valid, but the price didn't get back to the level, so there would be no trade. So another volume spike that stands out is in here. Heaviest volumes being right there. As you can see, the price got like few pips below the level, but I don't really consider that a sign, because what you want to see is more significant movement, not something like this. This is not a sign of strong buyers or sellers pushing the price anywhere, alright? This is just a rotation which took place 1 pip below the level. So I consider it like a level to go long from, because the price went upwards from those volumes. Alright, so I wait for the pullback to the level, go long from there. But as you can see, there was strong macro news right there. Macro news candle. Price just went past the level without any reaction. But because of the news, there would be no trade. Now in here, there is a very nicely visible volume spike. Heaviest volumes being in here. Unfortunately, the price didn't retrace back to the level, so there would be no trade from this level. Now, the next day, there's a volume spike in here. I don't really count this one because it was just one bigger candle, alright? I only count this one because there were more of them. The heaviest volumes in here were right there. So from the level, price went upwards. So we'll be going long, wait for the price to go back, and go long from there. Alright, another nice winner. Now the first volume spike, those candles, heaviest volumes being in here. The price missed the level and made a significant reaction, so this level would get discarded. The next volume spike is in here. If it was only this candle, it wouldn't be that good, but there's also this.